you're selling? Capital. Good luck to you.
Rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
Hear ye! Hear ye!
You're safe among friends.
Queen Justinian
Never forget.
executes 24 noblemen for insubordination! Divine order to march against the ancient empire!
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it. Smells worse over here than a dozen rotten eggs dropped in a vat of vinegar.
Then don't come over. Not like you're buying anything.
Bishop Alexander was slain!
If I don't come visit your ton, who will?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Keeping it together, Bree.
I'm all right, as long as I don't think about it too much.
You're safe among friends. Never forget it.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Queen Justinia executes 24 noblemen for insubordination!
The carved figure is a resplendent your touch.
Keeping it.
your maker. Take you. I'll yield to none. Worms take you.
He looks up from his map.
I notice that I've yet to receive your war owl.
His jaw drops.
The Black Ring. A purging device. Silent monks. This is an outrage. I must send a war owl to Arx immediately. My superiors must know of this.
He pulls out a blank sheet of paper, picks up pen, and begins to write. He stops writing, throws you a pouch.
You may count it, but it's all there, I promise you that. You've earned every penny, and I thank you for it.
He turns back to his letter.
magisters are out there on the blasted heath hunting sorcerers. So travel safe now, friend. Perhaps we shall meet again once more. In this life.
Say nothing to no one, but I'm doing Loar's good work too. I'll be helping the pallies here with their uprising in Arks. Happy to. Some of that stuff's not bad, friend. It's a little better now if I say so myself. Good luck to you.
Mabel gives you a resigned look.
I'm humbly grateful, truly. It's working. Good. Gods, that's better. I've grown quite glad to see you. You still have my gratitude. Thanks for keeping quiet about, you know.
As magical energy crackles between the sorcerer's fingertips, Ifan turns to you. His mouth is set in a resolute line, but you can see anger blazing in his eyes.
This is the one who crafted the Death Fog device. This is her. I have questions that need answers. You made the Death Fog that annihilated the elves. Who do you work for? How did you trick Lucian?
Ifan stalks forward and grips the sorcerer by the throat, lifting her clean off the ground. She sputters and chokes, eyes bulging and hands flailing as he squeezes her neck tighter and tighter. As she gasps for breath, he shakes her.
Why? Why did you trick Lucian by giving him a bomb instead of a portal?
The sorcerer casts a look of mingled terror and confusion at Ifan. He releases his grip slightly, allowing her to stand once more.
What? I just made the device the Divine himself ordered, I swear. And as for using it, that was all Lucian and Alexander. I was there. Lucian knew exactly what he was doing.
Ifan turns white and drops the sorcerer to the ground completely. In all your adventures together, you've never seen him so shaken.
Her complicity in the deaths of thousands has earned her own many times over. But it's not right for me to take the final cut.
He turns to you with defeat in his eyes, and all the sorrows of the world weighing on his shoulders.
She was a soldier following orders, just like me. Let her live with the torment of her actions, just as I have to.
The sorcerer nods a grateful smile at you, picking herself up from the ground and backing away from Ifan.
Thanks for standing with me back there. She disgusts me. What kind of person would knowingly craft something like that? Lucian knew that if he asked me to deliver the Death Fog, I would have refused, point blank. That's why he lied to me. What kind of person doesn't need the lie? What kind of person does the lying?
He barks a harsh laugh, then sobers, casting his gaze to the ground.
You've got a point there. But these questions won't let me rest. To be a loyal soldier for so long, then treated like that. The Divine cared nothing for me, or for the elves. I was just a pawn. If Alexander still lives, that son of the Void's going to wish I'd truly killed him the first time.
Ifan sighs and glances across at you ruefully. He opens and closes his mouth several times before speaking.
You know, I was fit to kill Hanag. But truth be told, she's not much worse than I am. And yet, you accept me. Your friendship means a lot.
He laughs and hugs you back fiercely.
Onwards.
My hero, I'm grateful. What news of Gwydion Rins? Have you found him? This is difficult news. Leave me now. I must grieve.
She gives you a sad look.
No. My hero, I'm grateful.
She offers you a grateful smile.
My crowning glory, and the millstone around my neck. Yes, I made the bomb. I served Lucian as best I could. I gave him what he asked. Would I do? No, I would not. I owe you a debt. It must be repaid.
She opens her hands, and between them opens a tiny portal. A book drops from it. She catches it and hands it to you.
I bid you farewell. My hero, I'm grateful.
She offers you a grateful smile.
My crowning glory. No, I bid you farewell. My hero, I'm grateful.
She offers you a grateful smile.
I bid you farewell.
More eternal relics, and more destruction.
Before you lies the hulking, broken ruins of eternal technology. It's familiar, but after so long feels strangely alien too. Despite the damage, you can make out the faint pulse of esoteric energy, a pulse that quickens as you approach. As your fingertips press the warm stone, you feel the depths of your being crack open. The relic seeks your power, yet you have none to give. The stone warms and warms, until it is suddenly too hot to touch, forcing you to remove your hands and step back.
My people's work. Even ruined, it's more advanced than the rock piles these mortals call architecture.
The towering relic seems to hum with esoteric energy. Faintly, as your palms press into the warm stone, you feel the depths of your being crack open. Your power flows from you into the relic, yet a reverse current flows back into you with a new power. The stone warms and warms, until it is suddenly too hot to touch, forcing you to remove your hands and step back.
Eternal armor can be very useful indeed.
The towering relic seems to hum with esoteric energy, faintly pulsating in time with the beat of your heart. You feel it drawing you closer, yearning for your touch, hungering for your source. The towering relic seems to hum with
monsters. What are they up to?
Keep close watch, lads. Mind those torches now.
Impressive.
From somewhere deep within the inner workings of the machine comes an irregular clanking sound, then a weak gurgle. Inoperable, it seems. The machine churns into life. Gears rotate and pistons hiss from somewhere within its metal housing. It settles into a slow metallic chug, ready for the next lever, perhaps. The machine churns into life. Gears rotate and pistons hiss from somewhere within its metal housing. It settles into a slow metallic chug, ready for the next lever, perhaps. The machine churns into life. Gears rotate and pistons hiss from somewhere within its metal housing. The machine rattles, grinds, and hisses for a protracted moment, building in intensity. There's a loud bang as a rivet flies across the cavern, followed by an intense hiss of steam. The contraption sparks and trembles, then dies.
That didn't work. The wrong order of levers, perhaps.
From somewhere deep within the inner workings of the machine comes an irregular clanking sound, then a weak gurgle. Inoperable, it seems. The machine churns into life. Gears rotate and pistons. It settles into a slow metallic chug, ready for the next lever, perhaps. The machine churns into life. Gears rotate and pistons hiss. It settles into a slow metallic... There's a sudden shriek of grinding metal. Sparks and licks of flame belch forth.
After all this time, I never thought I'd walk our halls again. It is immaculate. There is no trace of the filth that has infected this world.
The curious sculpture comes alive as you reach out to touch it. It thrums with power and throws flickering, dancing shadows against the walls. The carving is covered in eternal glyphs. They surround a gently glowing stone that makes you think of the night sky rolled into a ball. You read, "Our first lords babes with power glowed, our seconds born in blood that flowed. Our thirds young to the wind return, our fourths to glowing flames adjourn. Our fifth lord's cubs with minds were blessed, our sixths had brawn beyond the rest. Our seventh's brood spread from earth to glen, and thus no king shall rise again." You step away from the pillar, your mind racing.
No king shall rise again? What happened here? Lady Amadia. I never would have imagined we would be quite so close. Do mortals really call him the poet? I have seen better meter scrawled on outhouse walls. Lord Dula, short and proud. And you passed those traits on to your people. Oh, the poor creatures.
Blessed Solstice, an elegant god for our elegant people.
Ah, Lady Santezza. You were the only one of the seven that could take a joke. Lord Vrogir, a champion of martial challenges, less so of mental challenges. Rallic, the first of the seven. He was as bullish as Vrogir in his own... That's it! We're through! It is still active. even after all these years. This is altogether too familiar.
The creature looks down from its perch, trembling. It crawled out of that sarcophagus as if it had forgotten how to move its limbs. It turns to you, and you see its face is covered by an intricate mask. From behind unmoving lips, you hear a creaking, groaning voice speaking in a language you feared you may never hear again.
Fane! No, it cannot be. One of your people. No, Fane. I am an Eternal. I cannot conceive what you have become.
Deep inside, you can feel Amadia stirring. Something about this has her unsettled.
You don't know, do you? You have no concept of what you've done. Our people are gone. Lost to a conflict brought on by your stupidity. You brought us the war, you serpent. A war so destructive, it turned creation to ash.
The goddess inside you jerks violently. She's trying to take control. She's trying to speak through your mouth.
You were sealed away because of what you did, not in spite of it, traitor.
Despite your best efforts, your mind returns to that day, eons ago. Your discovery of the Veil of Creation, your appeal to the king, his refusal. Your turning to the Seven Lords, the king's displeasure.
Did you think nothing would happen? Did you think the Lords would be satisfied to leave that power untouched? No. They seized it. They rebelled against the king and declared themselves gods.
You feel the goddess Amadia lash out defensively inside you. She's not happy with this.
Because of you, I was imprisoned for trying to fix your mistakes.
At this, Amadia surges forward. She seizes control of your jaw, which starts to move of its own accord.
You were imprisoned here for your blasphemy, for your sins.
Lady Amadia? You possess him. Have you fallen so far that you seek shelter within that?
Silence! It is your king who fell. I flung him into the void along with every last Eternal. And the power you cowards refuse to pursue has made me a god.
You threw them to the void?
Fane understands. He understands that knowledge has no limit, that curiosity cannot be chained. You could have joined us. You could have saved yourselves. If only you had bowed, you could have made fine subjects.
I bow to no one but the rightful king. Any true Eternal would say the same. Not that it matters. I sense the king, and I can sense his desire to see you destroyed. I will not even need the Aeteran to grind you to dust.
Where is it?
Ha! Of course you never found it. You always lacked imagination, Lady Amadia. It was hidden in these very caves. Beyond, although I can feel its distance, it is in the hands of another now. Perhaps they will use it to purge the 7 traitors of all divinity. As
you can feel a cold fear settle in Amadia's heart. She retreats inside you, curling up defensively.
I have spent too long alone, and now loneliness is the most I can look forward to. Thanks to you, Fane. Liar! You doomed us, Fane. You doomed us all to this hell. First, I will break your body. Then I will find my creation and cast your cursed gods into the same pit they threw our people.
Amadia doesn't react this time, but you can feel the cold terror gripping her.
But enough talk. It is time you return to a tomb, traitor.
suddenly feels thick, like it's grown musty after concealing a lie for so long.
Their tale is one of scholars becoming gods. If they could, we can. Which is rather excellent.
So, the gods are liars. I can't say I'm surprised.
Everyone's got a past. We are who we are in this moment. That includes the Mighty Seven.
This is altogether too familiar. This is altogether too familiar.